Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aham mameti yo bhavo dehakshada vanatmani adhyasoyam nirastavyo vidusha brahmanishaya. Yesterday, the first mantra we have seen, body or the sharira is that where the cause gets manifested. Like the ornament is the body of the gold. Like the pot is the body of clay. In the same manner, the space is the body of the self. The air is the body of self. The fire is the body of self. The self expresses as Shabda, the sound in the space, expresses as Sparsha, the touch in the air, and so on. In this manner, in everything and being that is existing is an abode, a house where the truth can be recognized. And how to recognize this truth? We are told, Aham mameti yo bhavo deha aksha adau anatmani nirastavyaha. So one has to recognize that this, the notion of I and the notion of mine in the body, etc., is only a superimposition. It is not real. Therefore, this superimposition, when it is recognized as superimposition, is the only way to deny superimposition. See, it is something like this. The sunrise never happens, but we experience it. So how do we understand it? That it is the movement of the earth which is superimposed on the sun, and therefore the sunrise and sunset is said. In the same manner, de-superimposition means recognition of the superimposition as superimposition. How simple it is. Therefore, we don't have to do anything. All the problems are only in our mind. When we take the husband as the reality and forget the man, we are under the influence of the superimposition. But when we understand that basically I am a man and husband is superimposed on me, therefore the intensity of the miserable entity can be reduced. This is what is meant by Adhyasoyam Nirastavya and Vidusha Brahmanishtaya. So, by abiding in our essential nature, that it is supporting everything. See, waker supports only the waking world. The husband supports only the wife, not the children, not the father, not the mother. See, get this point very clear. Husband is not the wife. Husband is not the father. Husband is not the father-in-law. Husband is not the son. Husband is man conditioned by wife. See? Once this point becomes clear, then only we are negating the superimposition. Therefore, Vidusha Brahmanishtaya, let our attention be brought to the common denominator which is supporting everyone, the husband, the father, the son, the father-in-law, the son-in-law. All these are supported by the man. So in this example, man is the Brahman and all others are superimposed on the man because of the conditioning. They are exactly the same way. Everything in this world is recognized as existence. Everything is existing. Even the absence is recognized as existing. There is nothing. So even the nothing is recognized as is. So this common denominator which is supporting the presence and the absence is beyond the presence and the absence. In this manner, when we come to recognize our essential nature as that which is supporting the waking but never becomes the waker, which is supporting the dream, never becomes the dreamer, which is supporting the deep sleep but never goes to sleep, and which is supporting the samadhi but never is broken if the samadhi is broken. This continuous unbroken conscious presence is referred here as Brahmanistha. See? This was the first mantra. Now the second mantra tells Jnatva swam pratyagatmanam buddhi tad vritti sakshanam sohamityeva tad vritya swatma anyatra atmamatim tyaje. In this manner, Jnatva swam pratyagatmanam. So come to recognize our pratyak means closer than the closest. See? The sense objects are away. In comparison to the objects, eyes are nearer. Eyes are away in comparison to the mind. Mind is away in comparison to the consciousness. So pratyagatmanam, we start rejecting to such an extent that we come to a point which cannot be rejected. That which cannot be rejected is called a pratyagatma, our essential nature. So jnatva sam pratyagatmanam and buddhi tad vritti sakshanam. And who is this Atma Tattva? He who is illuminating all the thoughts and the contents of the intellect. Sakshinam. Sakshinam is one who is illuminating. And therefore, this principle we told you a number of times, the illuminator is never influenced by what is illumined. See? That is why we go to the teacher, we listen. But we are only listening, illuminating the Vedanta, but we are not influenced by the Vedanta. This is our essential nature. Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punaha. So many Mahatmas have come and gone, but we continue to be abiding in our Brahma Tattva. Therefore, Jnatva swam pratyagatmanam buddhi tad vritti sakshanam sohamityeva tad vritya. Now we assert, in one place Bhagwan Shankaracharya writes, as much we are convinced today that I am the body, when we are convinced that much that I am the self, then alone we are abiding in the truth. See? How simple way and clear understanding. So when I consider myself with the body, then the whole world becomes real. And what is that we don't consider as ourselves? Our shadow. Do we ever take our shadow to be us? See? Whether the shadow is landing on the Shiva Linga or the shadow is run over by a truck. Do we even mention about it? Do we even think about it? Because we do not take ourselves to be shadow. In the same manner, when we are able to be absolutely indifferent to the body and the modifications, the relations, the possessions with reference to the body, then only this is understood. Sohamityeva tad vritya. See friends. Then anyatra atmamatim tyaje. So whatever we are recognizing, anyatra, other places, what is that? That I am the intellect, I am the mind, I am the body, I am the prana. All these atmamatim has to be rejected. This is the only spiritual practice. We are not told go to Ganga Ji and dip yourself and pollute Ganga Ji with your sins. We are not told go around the Kailash Parvat. No. We are not told go and do a lot of charity. No. Only correct your focal length. Today, our focal length is only on the gross object. The more we are able to withdraw from the gross world, we enter the kingdom of the own self. Now, to practice this knowledge, see, this is one of the most important things, friends. Why we are not able to experience what is said in the scriptures? What is the reason? And if we want to practice and experience, what should be done? These 2 points are taken. First, lokanuvartanam tyaktva, tyaktva dehanuvartanam, shastranuvartanam tyaktva, swadhyasa apanayam kuru. Swadhyasa apanayam kuru. Get rid of the wrong notions that you are carrying on your head. We are all existing at a notional level. See, when the notion is I am body, the life quality will be different. When the notion is I am intellect, the quality of life will be different. Experiences will be different. In this manner, Swa-adhyasa apanayam kuru, get rid of the wrong notions, the delusion about one's own identity. How to do this thing? Lokanuvartanam tyaktva. Lokanuvartanam tyaktva. Don't join the sheep flocks. Log kya kahenge? If you have to follow this path, you have to be strong enough. Lokanuvartanam. If we are living because somebody says something, one important principle on a spiritual path, we should never try to prove anything to anybody in this world. We don't have to prove. Second thing, we don't have to justify anything to anybody. And our whole life is only this. I want to prove to my wife, Honey, I love you. You can never prove. Today I received one very beautiful SMS where 7 rare things, rather unique things about the ladies. And they are so systematically spelled out, I don't remember all of them, 1 or 2, that every lady is wanting all the time to buy clothes first. Yet, she is always short of clothes when she has to dress. And when she dresses up, she is all the time wanting the people to look and appreciate her. But when the people appreciate her, she starts, people have no manners. And if the people don't appreciate her, then she becomes frustrated. See? So we are all the time trying to justify and prove something to somebody. This is lokanuvartanam. See, friends. Therefore, lokanuvartanam tyaktva, tyaktva dehanuvartanam. Then, dehanuvartanam, all the time living by the body, for the body, of the body, on everybody. All the time, nothing else. We go for a walk. Why we go for a walk? No, so it's good for health. One point very important to be recognized. Health cannot be the goal of life. We should be healthy, no doubt about it. But health cannot be the goal of life. And health is already determined earlier. See, according to the law of karma, the prarabdha is nothing but a blueprint according to which a body is built. And what is going to happen to that body, nobody can stop it. Only what we can do, we are prepared to accept it. That's it. See? 2 examples I'll give you. I had given them earlier. One old lady, when I met her in Sikkim, because her son told me, Swamiji, please meet my mother, she is old. I said, naturally she can't be young. You are 75, so your mother can't be young. So I went to see her. And he was the youngest child of that old mother. After going by car and then climbing about 300 steps on the hill, on a top in a beautiful cottage type of thing, I saw her. And there was one lady outside in the open ground in her compound. So she said, so you are the Swami, my son has sent you, isn't it? Then I understood this is the old mother. I had a picture in my mind that she may be lying on the bed, and then I had to go and talk to her, Mama, how are you? And she was tantanata. And she said, you tell me. She didn't even say, please come and sit down. You tell me. I smoke, I eat tobacco, I eat pan, I eat non-vegetarian, I drink beer, I drink rum. I have done everything. Yet I am not dying. I have disposed of my grandchildren in the graveyard, but I am not dying. How long should I live? Now what reply will you give them? See? And we say, no, cigarette smoking is injurious to health, you will get cancer, kuch nahi hota. See, friends. And the other example, one pilot from the Jet Airways. He had a heart attack and then operated. I went to see him. He said, Swamiji, you know my lifestyle. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't take non-vegetarian. I go every morning for 5 miles, run and come back. And I am very light, perfect health and all that. Why did I get the heart attack? I said, therefore you got it. See, friends. Dehanuvartanam tyaktva. Body is required to be healthy, but a healthy body cannot be the goal of life. Further, Shastranuvartanam tyaktva. This is called as the professional satsangi. Shastranuvartanam tyaktva. So many scriptures we have heard and we are absolutely in chaos and confusion. Study, no doubt about it. But then one has to absorb it. Otherwise there is no end. And then the whole life goes only this thing, that thing, in this Upanishad is said like that, in that, no. So these are the 3 types of engagements which do not allow us to focus ourselves on our essential nature. And all these 3 engagements are taking us away from ourselves. Lokanuvartanam, we go away from ourselves. Dehanuvartanam, we go away from ourselves. Shastranuvartanam, we go away from ourselves. In this manner, so adhyasa apanayam kuru. Get rid of the wrong notion about your identity and come to discover Swatmanneva sada stitya mano nashyati yoginah yuktya shrutya svanubhutya jnatva sarvatmyamatmanah. So, yuktya shrutya svanubhutya jnatva atmanah sarvatmyam. When the yogi, the seeker, the sincere seeker, Swatmani eva sada stitya manaha nashyati. Be very attentive. Nobody wants one's destruction, one's death, including our mind. So to survive, what the mind does, either goes in regression and whole old stories. Recently I was somewhere and there were two English people with me, husband and wife, we were in the same car, and there were two Indians also. So in a big car we were going, 6 of us. And these two people are very close friend of mine. I know them for last so many years. Yet I do not know anything about them, except their names, that's it. And when we were driving, the two people who were sitting, they started taking the interview of these English people. Where from you are, when did you come, since how long do you know Swamiji, are you married or you are only just friends, how many children you have, where are they, if you don't have children, need to try something else. In India we have got all the facilities, Ayurveda, homeopathy, everything. And those English people were so confused. Then I started in Hindi. I said, look here, you are elder than me, but I would like to tell you that in the Western society, it is not a cultured discussion that you are having. Don't go into anybody's personal life. See, why we go is only because old habit. See, don't talk about yourself in the past. Don't ask anybody about their past. Mind will start dying. Mind survives only on the past memories. Or the mind becomes active by projecting in the future. So the mind doesn't want to remain in the present. The moment mind comes in the absolute present, mind dies. Observe this. See? Therefore, remember many years before I gave you one mantra. Today's date. So today is 27th March. 27th, isn't it? 26th. 26th March 2012. Before this day, whatever has happened, I am not going to talk. See, mind stops. When the mind is not engaged in the past, it loses the interest in the future. Therefore, here the teacher says, Swartmaneva sada astitya, when the mind comes back to its own self, manaha nashyati yoginaha, the mind disappears, the mind dies away. And thereafter, such a mind, then now the mind is engaged in the Shruti, study of the scriptures, Yuktya, then we interact. See, Shruti means Shravanam, Yukti means Mananam. So first of all, we listen to the scriptures and then we interact with that. That's why I know when some people, they come, I don't allow everybody to come to my place, nor I go anywhere, only for one reason. Too much of talking, not required. It's very, very important. The more you talk, the more mistakes we make. The less you talk, the less mistake we make. Don't you talk, no mistakes. It is something like, more you study, more you are confused. Less you study, less you are confused. Don't you study? See, therefore, Shruti, listening, Shravanam, Yukti, now go on reflecting on that. See? And when we reflect on what we have heard, then the mind is not going either in the past or in the future. Because the mind is engaged in contemplation. Normally, we worry or we only dig the past graves. That is called a chinta, worrying. Contemplation is a thought process wherein you are allowed to think only in the present. So it is not a sleep. See? So, Shrutya, Yuktya, Swanubhutya. And then we come to recognize that as one mind expresses through all the sense organs. The multiplicity of the knowledge is not because of the mind, but because of the conditioning through which the mind is keeping out. In the same manner, one conscious principle alone is expressing in and through the total creation, and that is what was said here, that the Atma of the Prithvi, the self of the fire, air, etc., because the same reality is expressing in and through all the conditionings available to us. In this manner, Sarvatmyam Atmanaha Jnatva, one comes to recognize that there is but one reality expressing in and through the totality. Mind can think about everything except itself. Bhagavan Ramanavach's approach, Manasam tu kim margane krute, naiva manasam marga arjavan. When we inquire what the mind disappears. In this manner, Svanabhutya Jnatva Sarvatmyam Atmanaha Nidraya Lokavartaya Shabdadir Atma Vismrutehe Kvachinna Avasaram Dattva Chintayatmanam Atmani Nidraya Lokavartaya Shabdadehe Atma Vismrutehe Kvachin Avasaram Na Dattva. Do not give or do not find a single excuse. Because of the sleep, I could not reflect and contemplate. Lokavartaya, because I was watching the news and therefore I couldn't. Why the people are like that? Atma Vismrute, don't give an opportunity to forget your contemplation. How it is something like this, you know. A businessman, his travel is business travel. His meetings are business meetings. His dinner is business dinner. Everything is connected with the business. In the same manner, for the spiritual seeker, every activity is self-oriented. And with that understanding, when you move around in the world, you will see millions of examples. And in and through every example, the truth is revealed. See, the other day, who was asking me some question about devotion. Can you tell me devotion in our language which I can understand? Because this traditional language I don't understand. I am a convent educated and bhakti, prayer, I don't understand. I said, okay, I'll talk to you in your language. You are having your boyfriend? Yes, Swamiji. How do you know? I said, that's a different issue. So when you meet together, what he talks to you? Swamiji, how can I tell you? I said, tell me philosophically. Oh, he says, I like you very much, you are so sweet, etc. I said, in one word, it is called as romantic language. Yes, sounds romantic language. And I tell you, now I tell you, he is really very romantic. I said, enough, now don't go further. Then I told, devotion means when you are having romance with the Lord, it is called as devotion. Don't we say to the Lord, Hey Kamalanayana Ram. The boy says to the girl, oh, your eyes are like the fish, you are fishy-eyed. Oh, your hair are like the choir robe. And your face is like a coal tar. There is nothing but the romance with the Lord. See, every expression can be connected to the divine. Every experience can connect us to the reality. Therefore, Nidraya Lokavartaya Shabdadehe Atma Vismrutehe Vachidna Avasaram Dattva. Don't find an excuse, because of this I could not know. Chintayatmanam Atmani. Remain connected with your own self. Whenever we find excuse, the only reason is we lack commitment. Excuse is that When we lack commitment, we find some reason. See? And when we are committed to something, we cannot find a reason. Therefore, now hereafter, the body etc. has been discarded. Mata pitror malodbhutam mala mamsamayam babuh tyaktva chandalavad duram brahma bhojam kriti bhava. Don't hold on to this dirty, filthy body which is made out of the mess and the dirt of the parents, made up of the muscles and the bones and the blood, etc. Tyaktva chandalavad duram. Like we do not like to go to a person who is extremely dirty and abhorring. In the same manner, keep away from this body. Means what? Do not live in body identification. We don't have to go and kill the body. Why we don't have to kill? It is not our property. It is somebody else's creation. We have occupied it and we have taken, a gundagardi, nahi chodenge. Therefore, Tattva Chandalavad Duram Brahma Bhujam Kriti Bhava. Friends, this is called as Pratipaksha Bhavana in the language of scriptures. Whenever we find faults in something, then only we can give it up. Earlier the boy and the girl. So the boy sees everything good in the girl. When he loves even her foolishness, he is so sweet. And when some discord happens, even her sincerity is pretension. See, the same manner, here the teacher says, Tyaktva Chandalavad Duram. When we recognize the limitations of the body, then only we will be thinking of rising above the body. Any time when this is happens, but we don't become aware of this happening. When somebody is dead, known to you, very close and all that, you just watch. How much possessiveness, how much relational commotions. Once the body is dropped, the whole world disappears. Friends, exactly the same way, this world becomes serious, important, only when we are identified with the body. And this body does not, we trust the body, not the God. See? The body has always deceived us. See, friends, the more we become aware of this, our spiritual practice will be rising above the body level. And when this is clear to us, spirituality means, number one, body disidentification. Number two, the jiva identification. These are the only two steps. And both these steps are only at the understanding level. I am body is a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding can be removed only by right understanding. Similarly, I am the soul, the jiva is also a wrong notion. Wrong notion can be corrected by right understanding without creating another notion. See, friends, J. Krishnamurti used to say, oh, Vedanta only replaces the thoughts. No, doesn't replace the thought. Wrong notions are rejected without creating the new notions. In this manner, Brahmi Bhuyam Kriti Bhava. Discover Kriti Bhava, discover fulfillment in your life. See, friends, what we are doing is only trying to fulfill our desires, which can never give us the fulfillment in life. Ghatakasham Mahakashe Ivatmanam Paratmani Vinapya Akhanda Bhavena Tushtim Bhavasadhamune. Each and every verse in mantra in this Upanishad is contemplative meditation. Each and every. The meditation according to Vedanta is different. And the meditation according to yoga or karma or bhakti is totally different. So here Ghatakasham mahakashe iva atmanam paratmane vilapya. When a pot breaks, where the pot space goes? Does it go out of the pot and then merges with the total space? No. Even when the pot is intact, the pot space is one with the totality. Exactly the same manner, the Atmanam Paratmani Vilapya, come to recognize we don't have to destroy the body, the Jiva Bhava, but come to recognize that essentially we are the divine presence expressing through all the conditionings, which is creating an illusion of inert world versus the sentient world. So Vilapya Akhanda Bhavena Tushtim Bhava, and thus come to abide in peace with yourself. Tushtim Bhava, peace with yourself. Now see, in deep sleep, we are at peace. And when we are at peace, we are happy. And what is the reason? In deep sleep, there is no sense of otherness. In deep sleep, there is no identification with the body. In the deep sleep, there is no notion that I am a soul, the jiva. Now the same extension of the deep sleep in the waking experience without the sleep is called as Jivan Mukti, liberation while alive. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sayyavi Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato Munehe. He who is awakened to his essential nature, he is sleeping to the relative world and he is awakened to the absolute reality. And the ignorant people are sleeping to the absolute reality and they are awake only in the relative world. Therefore, Tushtim Bhavasadamne. That is why one of the most important spiritual practices is stop talking to yourself. A person who does not talk to himself or herself will never be interested in the world. Very simple thumb rule. A person who is at war with himself, constantly talk. And the moment he gets opportunity, some victim can hold up and fire, questions. Because we are not at peace with ourselves. Every word that we utter, we go away from ourselves. See friends, Tushtim Bhavasadam. When you are in the company of a person who is at peace with himself or herself, you get a different quality of experience. And when you are in the company of someone who is always agitated, disturbed, you feel a terrible disarray of thoughts around you. Therefore, Tushtim Bhavasada Mune, start spiritual practice by not getting involved in the world where we are not required to get out. We don't have to hang around till that fellow goes. Very important things. Where we are not required, don't get involved. Oh no, kahan se aaye, why did you come, why don't you die? There's no need. See how much we get involved. You know, Swami Akhandanand Maharaj, after he attained Samadhi, devotees came and all that. There was one person, I knew him, he is no more now, very elderly man. That time he was 80. So he gave a proposal. Then our Swamiji had many devotees spread all over the world. So why not we make the directory of Swamiji's devotee, like we have the directory of the Rotary Club members. So the Mahantaji who was there, he said, this topic had come when Maharajji was there, and he has very clearly said, do not make an organization in the spiritual path. grow independently. See, Rotary Club is a business club. Spirituality is not a business. See, friends, it is path by the one to the one, all alone, without feeling lonely. Unless this is recognized, we will not attain Tushtim Bhavasadhamane. But we are so obsessed. Suppose you do something, please don't do this thing. And the person again does it. Do you think such a person is worth attending second time? Then what can be done? That is your prarabdha. Tolerate and select, shift, delete for life. Never waste time. Protect yourself from the world. So, Swaprakasham Adhishtanam Swayam Bhuva Sadatmana Brahmandam Api Pindandam Tejyatam Manabhandavat. See, the words use Manabhandavat, like a pot can, like the potty. The potty carries all the filth. As we throw it, see, in the same manner, Swaprakasham Adhishtanam Swayam Bhuva Sadatmana, abiding in this self-effulgent substratum of the total world of superimposed illusions, right from the Brahmanda, the totality, to the individuality, the cause and effect. Brahmandam is the cause and Pindandam is the effect. Go beyond the cause and effect. See, friends, otherwise we get lost. We want to do good to others. Bhagavan has failed. You cannot do good to anybody in this world. Similarly, we need not do bad to anybody. They are self-sufficient. Then what is to be done? Keep yourself away from the world. See, friends, you will appreciate this thing whenever you are sitting before the Lord for your meditation. You will see what kind of thoughts come. Wherever you have interacted intensely, those thoughts only come. Even the dreams are nothing but the same. The other day one child asked me, Swamiji, do you get dreams? I said, yes. What dream you got last night? I said, I got the dream. I have washed my clothes and put them for drying, and there was a bright sun, and the clothes were dried when I came from my lecture, and I was so happy. Then I did the ironing. He said, what kind of funny dreams you have? I said, what do I do? Because I enjoy that. Washing the clothes, drying them, and after they are dried, and then you iron them, and all the wrinkles are gone. Like the mind without thoughts, the lungi without wrinkles. Every time I do the ironing, I am in meditation. Where do the wrinkles go? They are nowhere. They are just appearances. Similarly, all the thoughts, they are just appearances. Where the dreamer goes after the dream is over. Where the waker goes when the waking is over. Where the deep sleeper goes when the deep sleep is over. And where from he comes. Where from the dreamer comes. They neither come nor go. They just appear. See, friends. And once you know that these are only appearances, then loss and gain will be equal. So when you are ironing the cloth, and if all the wrinkles are gone, you will feel bad. Bichari, bathi hui thi hata diya. No, they are merely appearances. Exactly the same way. So, Swaprakasham Adhishtanam Swayam Bhuya Sadatmana. Always abiding in pure existing self-illumined absolute reality. Give up your involvement in the cause, Brahmanda and the Pindanda, the effect. When you give up cause and effect, you cannot think. See? You only act. Very intelligent, careful. It is something like, we ask, why my father is so angry all the time? One girl asked. He's all the time angry. I don't know. Why don't you tell him something, he will listen to you. I said, he will scold me also. Don't tell something. I said, look here. Did you ever ask a question, why the fire is hot? No. Then what do? You know the fire is hot. You didn't ask why the fire is hot. Thereafter, you start thinking how to relate with the fire which is hot. Exactly the same way. When you know your dad is a born angry person, now you accept it and decide how to relate with him. Life becomes beautiful. We get lost in wrong inquiry. Why the world is like that? Why people are corrupt? You didn't get chance, therefore you are corrupt. The moment you get chance, you think you will leave it. See, friends, therefore go beyond the cause and effect. Karya karana mithya. This is the thumb rule of Vedanta. Cause and effect is an illusion because effect determines the cause. Cause cannot be established without the reference of the effect. So effect determines the cause. Then who is the cause? Effect is the cause of the cause, or the cause is the cause of the effect. Because of the eyes, colors and forms are seen. If there are colors and forms, then only you can establish the vision. So because of the eyes, the vision, objects are, or because of the object, the eyes are. Who is the reality? Anywhere there is mutual dependence, cause and effect is an illusion. Chidatmane sadanande deha rudhaham dhyam niveshya lingamusrujya kevalo bhava sarvada. So Chidatmane sadanande deha rudha aham dhyam niveshya. Now our present condition is I am the body. Now this I am the body notion has to be dissolved in I am the pure conscious being. So Chidatmani Sadanande, in the Satchidananda Paramatma, in the absolute conscious blissful existence, Aham Dhyam. This notion of I with the body has to be rejected and come to assert that I am this eternal, undenied, self-effulgent, independent presence. Assert. We are not doing anything. In a fraction of a second, everything continues to appear. Like after knowing that the sky cannot be blue, after knowing that also the blueness of the sky will continue to appear. In the same manner, although we continue to experience this relative world, yet there will be no loss of this absolute being that we are. This is how the wise men live in this world. See, the best example I can think of is the experience that we have when we stand in front of the mirror. When we stand in front of the mirror, it is the relativity. But the unity, that I am not seeing something other, although I am seeing other. In the same manner, merge your identity in this absolute self, and as a result, lingam usrujya, give up this subtle body also, meaning give up this notion that I am the jiva who is living in this body alone. So be very attentive. This is another very subtle point. Jiva Bhava is a common noun. Jivatva is the individuality. See, like the doctors, they talk about vision. Vision is expression of mind through any eyes. There is no individuality as regards vision is concerned. In the same manner, life is a common denominator. Individuality has no place. See, like the mind manifests as vision in the eyes, exactly the same way, Paramatma manifests as life in some conditions. Mind cannot manifest as vision in the toe. In the same manner, Paramatma cannot manifest as life in the stones. Paramatma can manifest life only under n number of conditions called as a body. Human body or animal body or plant body or the mosquito, etc. In all of them, life principle is the same. So, we give up the Vyaktitva and recognize the Vyakti as the Abhivyakti, the manifestation. See, friends. And when we recognize life as a manifestation and not the individuality, then alone, Kevalo Bhava Sarvada, then we come to recognize there is but one conscious absolute reality wherein the Jiva Jagat Ishvara Bheda, the body notion, the Jiva notion, all are only appearances. There is but one undivided conscious blissful self. Yatraisha Jagadabhaso Darpananta Puram Yatha Tad Brahma Amiti Jnatva Krutakrityu Bhavanaga. Yatra Esha Jagat Abhasaha Darpananta Puram Yatha. Now be very attentive. This is very, very important and the most misunderstood thought. In Dakshinamurti Stotra, the first verse is Vishwam Darpana Dushyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantaragatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahirivod Bhutam Yatha Nidraya Yas Sakshat Kurute Praboda Samaye Svatmanam Evadvayam Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. How do we analyze the reflection in the mirror? See, normally the people analyze the reflection in the mirror that it is a lateral inversion. If you are taking the cup of tea in your right hand, standing before the mirror and drinking, it will appear you have taken a cup of tea in the left hand. So where is the attention? Attention is on the reflection. See? But now remove the attention from the reflection and focus your attention on the surface of the mirror. Then what is your understanding? Then the understanding will be the same mirror surface becomes the space, becomes the air, becomes the fire, becomes the water, the earth, the animate world, the inanimate world, the stationary world, the moving world. Everything is nothing but the surface of the mirror. Exactly the same way. This whole world is nothing but the conscious reality, which appears in some places as the sentient beings, in other places as the inert world. See, in this example of the mirror, where we focus attention? If there is no mirror, there cannot be reflection. So the same mirror has become everything. In the same manner, one conscious reality alone is appearing as everything. See? And when there are more things reflected in the mirror, will the mirror have a load? If the sum of the things are removed in front of the mirror, will there be a lightness for the mirror? Exactly the same way. Whether there are 100 more people sitting in front of me, will it be a load on my eyes? Or if you all go away, will it be a loss for my eyes? If there are more thoughts, is it a burden for the mind? If there are no thoughts, is it a loss for the mind? If there is a waking and a dream, is it a gain for the pure consciousness? If it is a deep sleep, is it a loss for the consciousness? Come to recognize this. That is our essential nature. Therefore, yatra esha jagad abhasaha. So this whole world is merely an appearance, like the things appearing in the mirror, that Brahmahamiti jnatva, that surface of the mirror, that pure consciousness in which the whole multiplicity is merely appearing, krutakrutyo bhavanagha, hey anagha, O sinless one. See, this word is also used by Bhagavan Krishna for Arjuna. Anagha means the one who is sinless. What is the sin? Sin is like the SIM card in our phone. It has got a particular number. In the same manner, the sin is identification with the body and living as the body. The sin is identification with the being a soul and living as a papatma punyatma. This is the sin. Anagha, he who has risen above the body identification and the jiva identification, evam brahmahamiti jnatva krutakrutyo bhavanagha. Discover fulfillment in your life. Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. Etad buddhva buddhiman syat krutakrutyaschya bharata. Having known this, buddhva, having experienced this absolute reality, alone there is fulfillment in life. Otherwise, whatever you may have, millions of dollars. I was in Dehradun many years before. That time I was very young. Staying in somebody's house, one husband, one wife, they had one child. He was sent, exported to UK for CA studies. And all the time these two fellows talking about their child. Our Ashok is like that, our Ashok is like that. How continuously? Because I was taking their food, I had to listen. 3 days, Ashokayan was going. 4th day, both of them didn't come out. So the servant told me, Swamiji, you take breakfast, they are not coming. I said, okay. As long as you give me to eat, I am happy. Why ask what happened? Lunch also they didn't come, dinner also they didn't come. Then second day they themselves came. Ashokayan was over. Shokayan started. Swamiji, there was a phone call from my son. Then I was happy that he is still alive. You know what did he say? I said, I don't know. He said, we are coming. He went first person singular. No, we are coming. See, I have such beautiful girls for him. This whole property. And he wants to settle there. Don't tell me what will happen to all these things. For whom this is? I said, Mama, you are crying unnecessarily. I am all the time calling you, Mama, Mama, Mama. You have all these problems, I will take care of it. Don't worry. You hand over the whole property to me. How long are we going to live in this world? But we feel that we are here for eternity. You know, in one of the texts of Samartha Ramdas Swami, he writes about the house. The contractor says, this is my house. The owner says, this is my house. The neighbor says, this is my house. The rats in the house say, this is my house. The lizard says, this is my house. The thief says, this is my house, don't touch it. The visitor says, apna hi ghar hai. And you ask the house, whose house is this? See, friends. Yet we don't recognize. Hold on to this property, hand over everything and relax and enjoy life. This example which I give, try to practice. We are here for a vacation. So after the vacation is over, we are going to go back. अपने घर जाएंगे. So when you want to go back home, are you not happy unless you are married? See, friends, make this life as a vacation. Don't count all the time. Life is not a calibration, it is a celebration. So, tas tad brahmamiti jnatva prutupruttyo bhavanagam ahankara grahan muktaha swarupam upapadyate chandravat vimala purnaha sadananda swayam brahma ahankara grahan muktaha. We are caught by the crocodile of this ahankar. Past, I know the funny thing about ahankar. These are the things you see in day-to-day life. You will not get in books. Our ahankar is like our house domestic fly, the Musca domestica. No discrimination. It can go and sit anywhere. Whether it is a dirty thing, whether it is the prasad of the Lord, whether it is a wound, whether it is a food, whether it is the sweating on your face, anywhere this Musca domestica goes and sits. Exactly the same way, our ahankar gets identified with anything. If we have got lot of money, I am rich. If I don't have money, I am poor. If I am healthy, ahankar for that. I have never taken a single tablet in my life. Recently I met somebody, and with great difficulty, dilapidated way he was walking. I said, Papaji, take some medicine, take care of. Swamiji, in my life, I have never taken a medicine. Uska ahankar. Not taking medicine or taking medicine, is it an issue? See, friends, I never spoke lies in my life. You are not fit for meditation. See, friends. Therefore, this ahankar grahan muktaha, we have to dissociate ourselves with anything which is finite. Ahankara means association with the finite is ahankar. See how the ahankar is. If there is a misery, I am miserable. Ahankar is born. If there is a joy, I am very happy. Then, if there is a gain, I am successful. If there is a loss, I am most unlucky. So, whatever finite, you get identified with the finite. Ahankar is born. And wherever there is ahankar, there is to be misery and nothing else. See, friends. When there is happiness, in that happiness also, ahankar doesn't allow us to be happy. We are always thinking, I hope it continues all the time. So in that happiness also, there is some shade of misery or the doubt. Therefore, ahankara grahan muktaha swarupam upapadyate. Then only we can be established in our essential nature. Chandravat vimalaha purnaha. It is like the pure moon, absolutely complete, Sadananda Swayam Prabha, ever blissful and self-effulgent. See friends, if you evaluate and analyze your experience of deep sleep and work on it, in deep sleep we all are necessarily experiencing happiness, because when we come out of the deep sleep, we are fresh. Now the question is, where from that happiness we have experienced? That happiness was definitely not from the worldly objects. That happiness was definitely not from the achievements that we had. It was never an experience that we have gained something, and yet in the total loss of everything, we do experience bliss. So this uncreated, independent experience of homogeneous, undivided presence is called as Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam. There is no breach, there is no gap. It is Akhanda Ananda. Kriyanasha bhave chintanasha asmad vasana kshayah vasana prakshayo mokshaha sajivan mukti rishyate. It is said, Kriyanasha bhave chintanasha. The first step to attain this Kriyanasha. The more you will do, get involved in this world, more you will be worried. So Kriyanasha, Chintanasha. This mantra which I gave you some time back, try in your own way. The mantra is very simple. Sit down. Don't do Ram 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 Ram. This mantra is unique, specially designed for us. I have nothing to do. I have nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Without efforts, the mind dissolves. Contrary to that, now after I finish my meditation, I have to go and prepare upma. Swamiji is coming for breakfast and you are doing meditation. What will be meditation? Pyaj kaatna. You have to do something. See, therefore, first kriyanasha bhave chintanasha. There is no worry. Therefore, those who are attending classes, we tell them, when you sit on the seat of meditation, few psychological adjustments are to be done, not physical. First psychological adjustment, you are cheerful and happy. Second one, your Lord and the Guru is in your heart, there is nothing to worry, nothing to fear about. Third, you are Mr. Nobody, so total past is locked. You don't plan anything, what you will do after meditation, future is over. Now you are in the utter present, and in the utter present, relax. Kriyanasha bhave chintanasha. The old habit of worrying about everything will disappear. And thereafter, asmad vasana kshayah. Then our old impressions on the mind, they will slowly get dissolved. Again I bring my pet example. When you have washed your clothes and, for example, cotton clothes, and squeeze the lundi and then put it on the tap, and after you dry, you put it on the line. But as you forget about it. And in the evening when you want to put on, the lungi is in a Bharatanatyam posture. You can't put on like this thing. Then you want to do ironing. But the crease The wrinkles have become so hard. So what do? We sprinkle little water. So they become soft. Exactly the same way. When the habit of worrying dies away, in due time, Vasanakshaya. Vasanakshaya means our old way of thinking goes away. A new line of thinking is inaugurated. Our present line of thinking is I versus you. The second line of thinking is I versus God. The third line of thinking is God versus I. Fourth line of thinking is only in the absolute. There is neither God nor I nor the world. These are the stages through which we climb the ladder to reach nowhere. This attainment is meant here. Vasana prakshayo moksha. And when we are no more under the influence of the old habits. Our habits are, with everything we have reaction. Everything. And that habit of reacting creates likes and dislikes. If we live in this world in such a manner that we do not create likes and dislikes, or we do not react to anything or anybody in this world, then only the mind will slowly get rid of its wrong notions, old habits, and he who is freed from wrong notions and old habits, he is liberated while alive. Therefore, sa jivan mukti rishyate. This is what is called as liberation while we are alive. Sarvatra sarvataha sarva brahma matravalokanam sadbhava bhavanadardhya vasanadayamashkrute. So, first what we have done, we have removed the old habit of thinking. Now, we are not simply keeping the mind dull and quiet. See, in Vedanta Shastra and Yoga Shastra, this is the basic difference. In Yoga Shastra, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, suspension of thought formation, is considered to be the ultimate. In Vedanta, this is not ultimate. Because thoughts are in the purview of the Prakriti. Therefore, yogis end up in the Jada Samadhi. What is the Jada Samadhi? The thought with which you enter the Samadhi. When the Samadhi breaks, you again begin from where you have left your last thought. So the Vasana Kshaya doesn't happen. Chitta is still maintained. And therefore it is said here, after the mind has become sufficiently quiet, no more reacting to the world, then Sarvatra, everywhere, Sarvataha, in all the things and being, Sarva, everything, Brahma Matra Avalokanam. Now start suspecting divinity in and through everything and being. Yad yad karma karomi tat tadakilam shambho tavaradhana. Just practice. And when you practice this, effortless quietness dawns, and that experience cannot be spoken of. This experience is not the silence which is an enemy of the sound. This experience is the one which is not disturbed by the sound nor enhanced by the silence. This is what the church says here. Sadbhava bhavana dardhya. So we are abiding in the absolute existence. Sadbhava bhavana. asserting only being the presence, not the present or the past or the future. In this manner, Sadbhava Bhavana Dadhya Vasana Layam Ashrute, then the remnant of the lingering thoughts of this world, they also disappear. See, friends, because now the region has completely changed. If we are to try to understand this experience, just try this way. What must be the experience of the water in an aquarium when there are 2 or 3 fish and they are constantly moving? Second experiment. When we add few more fish in their water, what will be the experience of that water? The third experiment. When we remove all the fish from the aquarium water, what must be the experience of the water? That is the experience of the Jivan Mukti. Addition of fish in the aquarium is not a burden for the waters. When you take away few fish from the aquarium, there is no loss. And if there are no fish, it makes no difference. Now, this gross example bring in the subtle world, in the space, whether few more planets are born or few more planets are destroyed, it makes no difference to the space. Similarly, whether there are many objects before the eyes or no object before the eyes, it makes no burden or loss to the eyes. Similarly, many thoughts or no thoughts, mind continues to be the mind. Similarly, waking dream, deep sleep samadhi comes and goes. The Chidakasha, the conscious space, remains untouched by the presence and absence of things and beings. This is what is called as Vasana Layam Ashrute. This is the only way, friends. Therefore, the teacher tells, Pramado Brahmanisthaya na kartavyaha kadachana pramado brahma mrityutya huru vidyayam brahmavadinaha. This is another very important topic wherein we are given a warning. Do not take spiritual life means मेरे सब कुछ चलता है. No, we have to remain alert 24/7. Therefore, Vedanta spiritual practice is not only half an hour Ram Ram and half an hour Krishna Krishna. No, it is 24/7. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari